When your cat avoids you, pulls away from your touch, or quietly leaves the room, do you actually know what that means? You probably tell yourself it's just their personality, that they're independent, that this is just how cats are. But behind that distance, there's something deeper that most people miss. It's one of the most emotionally loaded shifts your cat can show, and if you ignore it, which most owners do, you might slowly damage the trust they once had in you without even realizing it. Let's start with what these small moments really mean. 1. Ignoring. Them isn't harmless. It feels like rejection. Have you ever walked through the door and your cat comes near you, but you just walk past? Most people think they'll be fine. Cats don't care like dogs do. But here's what's actually happening. Your cat notices. A 2019 study from Oregon State University found that cats form secure and insecure attachments to their owners, similar to how children bond with caregivers. That means your presence matters more than you think. So when you come home and ignore them, especially in a moment they naturally expect connection, it creates a small break, not dramatic, but real. Think about that for a second. To your cat, that moment wasn't routine. It was a chance to reconnect, and when it doesn't happen, they remember. And by the way, if your cat stops greeting you entirely one day, don't brush it off. We'll come back to why that matters later. 2. When you ignore their voice, you silence the bond. Have you ever noticed your cat meowing at you, and you just ignore it? Most people assume they're just being noisy, but here's what's actually happening. Adult cats don't really meow at each other. Researchers at the University of Georgia found that meowing is something cats developed specifically to communicate with humans. That means every time your cat meows at you, they're trying to say something, not randomly, not endlessly, intentionally. Different sounds for food, different tones for attention, different calls just to connect. Think about that. Your cat created a language just for you. So when you ignore it, you're not just ignoring noise, you're ignoring an attempt to connect, and over time, that attempt can fade. 3. Not marking. You isn't neutral, it means you're not safe. Yet, have you ever noticed your cat rub against furniture, but not against you? Most people don't think twice about it. But here's what's actually happening. Cats have scent glands on their cheeks, body and tail. When they rub against something, they're leaving invisible markers. Studies on domestic cats show that scent sharing defines what they consider safe and theirs, their world, their circle. So when your cat marks the couch, the door, the corner of the room, but not you, that's information. Think about that for a second. They're building a world of safety, and you're not fully inside it yet. And hey, if this is making you see your cat differently, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. 4. Forcing interaction isn't love, it breaks. Trust. Have you ever picked up your cat when they clearly didn't want to be held? Most people think they'll get used to it. But here's what's actually happening. Cats don't experience forced affection as love. They experience it as loss of control. In the wild, control equals safety. When a cat can't move freely, can't leave when they want, their nervous system shifts from calm to alert, from safe to guarded. Think about that. Every time you hold them against their will, you're not building closeness. You're teaching them that closeness feels unsafe. And here's where it gets even more powerful. When a cat chooses to come to you on their own, that's real affection. 5. Touching the wrong way isn't affection, it's overstimulation. Have you ever been petting your cat and suddenly they flick their tail or walk away? Most people think they just change mood, but here's what's actually happening. Cats have very specific areas where they feel safe being touched. Cheeks, under the chin, base of the ears, other areas, like the belly or lower back, can feel overwhelming. Behavioral scientists have observed that overstimulation is one of the fastest ways to break a cat's comfort state. That tail flick, that's not random, that's a warning. Think about that for a second. Your cat isn't rejecting you, they're asking you to stop before it turns into discomfort. And if that signal is ignored, next time, they may not come close at all. 6. Loud energy isn't normal to them. It feels unsafe. Have you ever raised your voice, played loud music, or had sudden noise in your home? Most people think they'll get used to it. But here's what's actually happening. Cats are designed to detect the smallest sounds. In the wild, that's how they survive. So when your environment becomes loud, unpredictable, or intense, their brain doesn't see normal, it sees danger. Animal behavior research shows that chronic noise can increase stress levels in cats over time, which leads to withdrawal, hiding, or changes in behavior. Think about that. Your home might feel normal to you, but to your cat, it might feel overwhelming. 7. When they pull away. It's not random, it's a message. This is what most owners never realize. When your cat changes behavior, that is communication. If they stop coming near you, stop responding, stop engaging, they're not just changing, they're reacting. Remember earlier when I said it matters if behaviors stop? This is what I meant. Because those small actions, greeting you, meowing, rubbing against you, they weren't random, they were trust signals. So when they disappear, something in your cat's world changed. And here's the part that matters most. That doesn't mean the bond is gone, it means it needs to be understood again. Think about that. Your cat didn't disconnect from you, they adapted. So when your cat pulls away, avoids you, or stops doing the things they used to, do you actually know what that means? It's not attitude, it's not personality, it's communication. Because every ignored moment, every forced interaction, every missed signal adds up. That's not rejection. That's your cat telling you something changed. And when you start to understand that, everything shifts. Because love to a cat isn't loud, it's quiet, it's subtle, it's built in moments most people overlook. And those moments, they were never small to them, and they shouldn't be small to you either.